Aaron Mayowski joins us now. We could talk about the weather. We talk about Thin Mints and where I can get them. I hear Brian Flores might help me out.
How much can you eat? Be honest.
People always ask me about boxes. I'm like, yeah, I eat them by the box.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it works.
Yeah, you just get a glass of milk. You get the Samoas or the Thin Mints or whatever you want. You start the movie and you're like, hey, 10 minutes into it, I covered the whole box, right? They're small, they're thinner. Doesn't feel so good later, right? All right, well, I have started our time lapse. It is hard to tell because, folks, it is still pretty soupy out there as we look towards Capitol Hill and then we try to look back towards downtown and the buildings. We're not seeing much of anything, so we are tracking that foggy forecast. It's going to be with us through tonight, tomorrow, and through Wednesday, and then we start to push out of this situation, which is nice. So I keep switching our cameras here, and this is a look from our Capitol Hill camera pointing down towards the city, and just hard to make out anything. Because of the fog and the cloud deck and this system, we're at 39 degrees, so it's really cool. We should normally be sitting at 49 degrees for a daytime high like today, so we should see near 50 degrees, but instead up and down the I-5 corridor, we are just in the upper 30s to near 50 or 40 near Olympia and Lacey. But as we walk ourselves out towards Hoquiam and Aberdeen and the ocean beaches, low 40s to mid 40s, 42 for Forks, Quileute, and Neah Bay. Same goes for Port Angeles and Sequim at the Dungeness Lighthouse. Even warm up over the mountain passes, but the difference is the higher you get, you start to see some blue skies. You can see just a little bit of our contours here with our satellite. We've got some clouds bunching up against and bumping up against the coast. But other than that, we get some breaks, which is nice. We're still seeing some spots of poor visibility. Places in the southwest interior, Olympia, Lacey, just allow for some extra time. Visibility down to 1.25 miles, down to 2 miles in Snohomish County and Everett, and Whatcom County, Bellingham, and out towards the bay and up towards the Canadian border. We're seeing just about 3 miles visibility. We also have that air stagnation advisory in effect with us through much of western Washington, all the way down towards Kelso, Battleground, Vancouver, Washington, even into Portland. Drove to that area yesterday. The fog was there for the evening, the sunsets, and the sunrises. This will be through just about Wednesday. And what does it mean? Well, this is our indicator, our bar graph that kind of shows us where we'll be. We see a little bit of that mixing in of some of the pollutants in the air. That stays with us and bounces us up from just about good to moderate levels in the Seattle area. Most everyone else is hanging on to the green zone. And notice as we get towards the second half of the week, we really just kind of clear that out and we'll lose this air stagnation advisory. That will drop out as we get into Wednesday afternoon. Overnight, areas of patchy dense fog. We could see some low-lying freezy fog in the cooler spots as you head further east as we go up over the passes. We're in the teens and low 20s. Wenatchee, some freezing fog over there at 20 degrees overnight. Most of us dropping down into the freezing zone. And again, just allow for some extra time. It is going to be cold out there as you get going in the morning hours, and we don't have much of any cloud cover dealing with us over in Hoquiam. We're at 36 degrees for the overnight lows, and as we get towards tomorrow, it's going to look like this, hoping each day to get just a bit more of sunshine squeaking out there. 43 degrees, your high temperature tomorrow, but again, we go through the same situation, so it's kind of like a repeat as we go through. The reason for this, we have high pressure over us, calm winds, so we kind of get trapped. Those air pollutants, they just kind of stay close to the ground with us. Fog lifting, it takes just a bit of time to get out. So the combination of that keeps us pretty foggy and keeps the air quality just right on that moderate breathing level. So our FutureCast shows that we are not going to see much of any rain coming our way until we get to the second half of this forecast. Similar temperatures until we get to Thursday and we break out of the fog, which will be nice by the afternoon. I think Thursday night we'll let go of the fog. Friday, 48 degrees. As we get going Saturday into the weekend, we start to introduce a little bit of a weather maker that will help keep us cleared out and possibly bring back some rain as we close out the month of January.